coming from News Nation. Prince Harry, Meghan Markle to lose their titles. Prince William done. Paula Froelich talks to Andrew Loney for this piece, where she reports one of Prince William's first tasks will be to strip the Duke and Duchess titles from his brother and sister-in-law, as well as the Prince and Princess titles from the entire family. Despite not wanting to be part of the monarchy, Harry and Meghan made sure to have Archie and Lily designated as a prince and princess in March 2023. It is unlikely William will ever willingly be in the same room again with Harry, except perhaps at Charles's deathbed and possibly funeral. William may ban Harry from the funeral. I don't think William would ban his brother from the funeral. That's where I say I'm going to step in and be like, I doubt it. Harry was never this spoiled before marrying Meghan. He was never this bitter. He understood what the ground rules were. This is all a new person we've seen since he married Meghan. An insider tells News Nation Harry is now unrecognizable. Rio just talking about how Harry and Meghan kind of had a little PR blitz while William was trying to promote Earthshot. And this is a conversation you and I have basically religiously at this point. The Sussexes interrupting the Wales's coverage. This entire debacle was insane, a source said. He sent his people to England to smooth over relations, and then stomps on William's most important event of the year. Diary clashes never used to happen. The source insists the incident was deliberate. Harry is a spoiled brat and wants the attention. He is very jealous of William. He's not getting good guidance, and he looks miserable all the time. William is done. Obviously, the only thing I disagree with is the fact that William would say no to the funeral. I don't believe that to be true.
I don't believe that to be true. I mean, Andrew Lanny is extremely well sourced, as we know. And it was quite interesting at this lecture that he gave. He said, since the book's come out, prior to that, he was actually saying, and this was actually the interesting bit, it was like people were reticent before to really go full tilt with the stories. But he's actually fine now. It's like a dam bursting. And it's quite interesting, the dynamic. And for William, it is interesting that trip to Canada. You see, it's a balancing act, that one, because it's doing what he loves, which is service people, but he's having to go to Canada. I assume, and
where his father's king.
Indeed. He is a ex-serviceman, and I will always honor Harry's commitment as personally as an ex-serviceman. He's an ex-serviceman, and he served with distinction and was an important, army would define his life. It's sadly since that time, the rudderless Harry has been allowed to make one misstep after another misstep. And while I applaud the sentiment of supporting Canadian ex-servicemen, it just, given it's not an outlier, this is a regular occurrence that there is a PR blitz against whenever William is out on his front line. So Harry finds a way and he says, look, they're Invictus and it's an easy sort of why I went there. But it's trying to do this quasi-royal tour rubbish.
That the Queen said no to. The Queen said absolutely not. No half in, no half out. And you're in the country that your father represents as king. I think that that's inappropriate. Let's just give some backstory real quick. He visited Sunnybrook. And what was interesting was everybody that has a family member at Sunnybrook, these are veterans that served, they were sent an email telling them that Prince Harry was coming and no one was allowed to visit their people that were in. And I'm just like, if I'm paying you a ridiculous amount of money to ensure the health and safety of my veteran, then you're not going to tell me I can't show up because Prince Harry needs a PR prop in the form of my relative to win over the hearts of Canada or whoever. but they Sunnybrook operates the largest veterans care facility in the country. Harry talks to CTV and said he enjoyed speaking with the veterans and joking with them. He says, for me, it's the banter, it's the humor, it's the community they are given here. That's exactly, I mean, he just literally rips off his own essay that he wrote about being
Oh,
British. He can't even come up with an original soundbite. Um, he said that for me, it's really an opportunity for me to show my appreciation to them, especially this week of all weeks, referencing Remembrance Day. My aunt's been here, my grandmother's been here, my great grandmother's been here. So he's definitely trying to still, he's trying to show us that proximity to the royal family. And I think in referencing the Queen, he's also trying to make it look like a royal engagement.
I'm afraid that was the problem when he was over here in Britain. You know, great that he supports Well Child and he goes and sees these things. But it's what the royal family do. They go to things. So what does it look like? It looks like a royal visit. Now, I know he's supposed to have made donations, and I don't know the exact sums, to various organizations through various things that he's got. So again, some good is coming out of that. But it's just we would have known William was going to, well, I think I knew about him going to Brazil presumably 12 months ago
Right.
because
Yeah.
they would
It
have
was
announced.
announced a year ago. Yeah. A long time ago. Yeah.
So,
And
when did
don't
Harry?
forget, Harry's team released a statement saying that they weren't trying to upstage William, and that the reason that they released the information about his Canadian trip when they did was because Harry doesn't get the same security as other
Oh,
working members of the royal family.
don't get me started on that.
I'm gonna
Well,
get your engines ready.
well, you see, you're like a slow burn, Kinsey. You start with the soft, easy ones, and then you just get me going on Harry and Meghan. Now, the other thing that really annoyed me was the British banter article,
Go, tell me.
because yes, we know the fun of the British banter. Self-deprecating, taking the mickey out of everybody. That is part of being. When we're out with our friends, we all want to lampoon each other, and that sort of camaraderie through humour is part of the British way of life. But didn't it just sound like I'm missing it? To
Yeah,
me, the underwriting thing about that article is I'm missing it.
I'm stuck
Because
in Oprah hell.
let's be honest. Look, you shoot me down with a feather if you want, but you know, it's a different vibe in California with your mates.
I mean,
Look,
I wouldn't try to spend as much time over there as I do if it weren't better.
yeah, well, look, banter, self-deprecating, taking the mick, that's what we do. And we have to, because we ain't got much else going on. So we might as well take the mickey about out ourselves and being around our friends. And that's what good friends are about. And that is British banter, the camaraderie of the mess, officers' mess, which he's missing. And that is the sad thing about that article. It's actually saying you read between the lines, he's missing it.
Yeah,
And
well,
that
And
is
we know that Megan is such a control freak and a
meh.
perfectionist. So if it's true what you're saying that his previous environment was so lighthearted and
Yeah.
was able to be a free
Uh,
spirit over there, then this he probably feels miserable.